Okay, so we have another one knight f3 game. So again, we go to move pawn to d5. This time our opponent has gone c4. So we can take the pawn. I think d4 is a better move. So here white has a couple of very interesting lines. One is b4. Now you have a couple of options here as black. You can play bishop to g4, which is sort of like a reverse Trompovsky. You can play f6 e5, which is a really fun line. Gets into some really crazy sharp positions after that. Let's go for I quite enjoy the f6 e5 lines actually, so let's go for f6. So if e3 here, which is the main move I believe, and you play e5 with the idea that if white captures you can play e4. Otherwise we sort of build this pawn wall. If this is some gambit, why can't we just take the pawn? I don't understand why. Or did he just blunder that pawn? I'm not sure. I can't tell if it was a gambit or he just blundered the pawn. Okay, I just trade pieces because we're up material. If this is a gambit, then I don't know the gambit. I know there's you know, in the Benko gambit, obviously you can sacrifice the b pawn to open up the b file and get some counterplay here on the b line. So this could be the idea of this opening, to sacrifice the pawn and get some counterplay along this file. Typically in these positions you want to put the knight into this square on c5. So I would like to maneuver my knight into the c5 square somehow. I mean, probably I play knight a6 or knight d7. Maybe knight a6 to get the knight into c5. He's going to play knight b3, maybe. I could also just play knight c6 in that position before. Just play knight to c6, play b6. My position should also be very, very good. Okay, I play knight c5. Rook to b5, I will play queen d6. And then I'll play c6 to kick the rook away. And then slowly try to consolidate my position. Oh, actually I have this move knight to a4 to bring the knight into c3. That looks very, very good. But actually then again, the knight gets to a4, queen d2, knight here, rook just goes to b2. I'm not sure what the knight is doing. Okay, I'm just going to trade pieces. Don't want to overcomplicate things too much. Just go king h8. Just go king h8. Just go c6, block the bishop, then go b6. Defend the pawn, slowly consolidate our advantage. So now we can move our bishop. Still a pawn up. A4. We don't have any counterplay there at the moment, so maybe we need to look for some counterplay. So unpin. Maybe bishop e6 next move, or bishop g4. Yeah, this move. Bishop g4, bishop e6. Might get hit by this move. Have to be careful of that. There's also bishop f5, just to watch out for knight e4. Not exactly sure. Okay, bishop e6. Takes. He definitely has a lot of pressure in this position. Have to be very careful. Queen here is coming as well. Oh, I don't like that move. That move just completely shuts down the queen side, doesn't it? For him. So after this move, he has no counterplay left on the queen side at all. Unless he has some sacrifice here on b6. But now don't I just trade off the light squared bishops, and then there shouldn't be much counterplay. Yeah, I was a lot more worried about pawn takes, queen a6. Would have gone knight to c8 in that position, but it looks like a much better version for him anyways to do that. Then this one, yeah, I think is quite nice for black. So if I go here, is he going to sacrifice the knight on c5? Maybe. Maybe he sacrifices the knight on c5. Okay, I'll play rook. I don't want to allow any counterplay here, so let's just play rook c8. And then we recapture the queen and rook if he sacrifices. Next I'll play h6 to stop knight g5 and then f5 to chase the knight away. If this, I think I just play bishop c6. So he's still going for the sacrifice. Okay, I'm just going to put my bishop on a8. No sacrifice here on c5. Rook here, knight takes. I might still sacrifice here. No, I can't. Take, rook takes. Because at the end I have queen check. No, bishop here though. Yes, it's still not clear. But if I play f5, then the knight jumps into this square. I play f5. I think the knight's running out of squares. So I play h6. Knight check, I go king here. The knight probably has to go back. And then maybe I play g5, grab more space. So I need g4. Yeah, force this move, and then what do we do? So we don't want to play f4. Play f4, then knight d2, and then everything's blocked up. So maybe we go e4 in this position. e4 is a move we want to play to open up the position. Then we take back with the pawn, leave the bishop locked in with the g4 pawn, and then we maneuver the knight into f4. Okay, so we play e3. So block everything here. So if takes, maybe we go queen d4, queen e3 check. Looks very dangerous for white. Okay, now we can try to open up things with the move pawn to g4. All of the pieces are stuck there on the other side of the board. So we can look at opening lines on the king side. If I take, I'll let the rook back into the game perhaps. But we're also a piece up, so. Take, so just take. Okay. Yeah, so definitely, yeah, I'm not sure if that's an actual opening. Maybe it's an opening, I've never seen it before. It's like a reversed Benko Gambit. Pawn to d3. Oh, it's okay, maybe it's not a Gambit. But it definitely looked like a Gambit, and it felt like white got compensation, even though we're just much better, according to the engine. So after this, yeah, it says like black is just winning after this, and b6. There's really no compensation here at all for white. I suppose it makes sense to play b6 actually, because it's in the game, even though we got the knight to c5, it got dislodged pretty easily, and then we had to defend quite a bit. And it definitely feels like our advantage is not as big here. Still have quite a nice advantage, but I think it was this move which gave black a huge advantage. I think if it takes and maybe plays like queen a6, or maybe tries to triple on the file, at least we're sort of stuck defending this pawn. I think black is probably still better because we can defend the pawn, because there's no way for white to actually capture this, because we can defend it with the bishop by dislodging the queen, or we can even, like worst case scenario, play knight c8. So, but after the move pawn to a6, yeah, there's no counterplay at all left for white. So then black just enjoys a very nice kingside attack. So I hope you enjoyed this game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next game.